Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm bringing you guys episode 7 of building Teth in LEGO. Today my focus was finishing up the terrain work as well as getting some prototyping done on the plants. But only about 20% of you who watch my videos are actually subscribed. So if you are new around here and you are enjoying the content, a sub would be greatly appreciated. But I won't hold you guys up any longer, let's go ahead and hop right into it. Alright guys, welcome back to the series. It's been a while since I last posted an episode, but we're back into it now. We're going to start off this episode with a little bit of a haul here. I actually do have another package coming in soon with more of these dark purple plates, so we'll be able to finish up that part of the mock here. But in this little haul here, I got some 1x1 and 1x2 dark bluish gray bricks. I also got some 1x2 plates as well as some 1x2 lavender plates. So I'm using these parts here to finish up this terrain and also get started on this side terrain over here. I think that's what I'm going to focus on first in this episode. So basically just going to be recreating what I did over here. Hopefully you guys can get a decent look, see what I've done. Just kind of greebling and that sort of stuff. Just going to be replicating that on this side over here. So yeah, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get right into that. Alright, we are back bringing you guys a little bit of an update here. As you can see, some time has passed since I last did the time-lapse of me working over here. But yeah, I thought I'd just kind of get stuff done and eventually just show you guys what I've been doing, because a lot of it was like, you know, some prototyping type of stuff, especially with these plants over here. So I'll get into showing you guys that. But first, I do want to show you guys the finished sidewall over here. Very, very similar to the other side. So yeah. Happy with it, looks good. And then I also kind of just started to build this up a little bit. So you know, that looks decent as well. And of course, as I get back onto the mountain in the coming episodes, this will eventually get finished out and look like it does on the other side over there. But the main focus of this episode was the terrain over here and the plants as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what I've gotten done off camera. So first of all, I used those 1x2 lavender plates that I got in the haul earlier in the episode, and I just kind of finished up the terrain here in the front. So this is for the most part finished up. There's a little bit up at the top there that needs to be finished, and then obviously the top and the bottom need to be dealt with, but for the most part the terrain is complete. You can also see that I got in some dark purple plates as well, so I was able to finish these gaps off as well. So terrain's looking a lot more complete now. It's obviously, you know, as I said, it's not 100% complete. There's still some, you know, minor changes, so like I do want to get some more plates and finish up a couple areas up here and there, but for the most part this is a much more completed look at the terrain. But now I want to focus on these plant designs that I've come up with and just kind of show you guys my thoughts behind them. So basically, if you look on the plants on Teth, these aren't exactly the colors that you really think of. I mean, the trunks are kind of like a really dark brown gray type of black color, so the trunks I think are fine, and I definitely think if I add gray in there, it'll just be too much gray. And brown, it'll just be, you know, kind of a random color just kind of thrown in there, so I don't think it would blend too well. So I think black was a decent, you know, kind of median, and especially since I already have a lot of these like stem pieces, tail pieces from my Embarmock, so it makes it easy for me. So what I basically did with those is just kind of attach them to the ground. I also threw in a one of these rods, which I also have a lot of from Embar, so that made it easy as well. So I threw in one of those as well. So that's going to be one of my bigger trees. I think it came out great as far as the design goes. And then I do have a smaller tree back there in the back, which uses a big stem piece. Then I use some droid arms kind of wrapping around it, which I also have a lot of from my Embarmock. So using a lot of components from my Embarmock, which is helpful, so I don't have to purchase a whole lot of extra parts. But I'll flash a picture on screen now of what the trees on Teth look like, so you kind of see what I'm going at with those droid arms. So that's one of my smaller trees that I kind of have designed there. So I'll be scattering these larger and smaller trees kind of throughout the purple areas, and maybe come up with another kind of mid-tier design, maybe a bigger tree to go over here in the big purple area, so we'll see what happens. But I do want to talk about my color decision on the top for the leaves. And so I went with a dark tan. I kind of threw in some olive green in there as well, which is not the most accurate color by any means. It looks like, if you really look at the Teth pictures, I mean, it's kind of hard to tell in the actual Battle of Teth episode that I'm talking about, but in some other episodes that regard with Teth, the tree leaves are definitely more like gray, even kind of like a dark purplish. But the problem with that is these palm leaves, which match very, very well with the type of leaves that are on Teth, pretty much exactly like what they are. They don't come in any of those colors, so these are kind of the closest colors that really match with anything. It's either this or like bright green, which obviously isn't going to match with this whatsoever. So I didn't really have high hopes for this color, but I ended up trying it out, and I'm actually a fan of it. I feel like once I scatter these around the mock, it'll definitely fill up the area, and I think the color, it kind of adds a little bit of a nice contrast with the coloring. I think any more gray or purple on these designs could kind of, you know, muddle up the colors a little bit too much, so I think it's kind of nice to throw in some black and then some other green colors in there as well, just to kind of spice it up a little bit. So yeah, that's the deal with the trees. I'd love to hear what you guys think down in the comments below, and of course, any feedback would be appreciated. But now we'll go ahead and move on to the underneath, and so I've just thrown in some olive green and lavender stems there, as well as some different type of olive green stem over there. Just kind of scattered those pieces about, and you can also notice I've got some rocks thrown in there as well. And as I was looking for the trees, I actually noticed that there are some rocks scattered around the ground, so have some smaller ones there. Might add some larger ones up here at the top, especially in this area, so that'll be something else I can look into doing a little bit more. But yeah, guys, that just about wraps it up for that little area, and about this about wraps up this episode as well. Not really sure what I have planned for next episode. I want to hear you guys' feedback on the plants here. If a lot of you guys are a fan of this as much as I am, I think I'll go ahead and order parts for this. I mean, I do have most of the parts. I just need some of the leaves up at the top, and maybe some more lavender stems. Other than that, I basically have all the pieces for this, which is huge. That'll help me out a lot. And then maybe we'll get some further work done on the mountain as well. We'll just have to see what happens. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye.